Kwasi obia ni swade hu no ene ne mpa ebo ne se obenya adwumaye.
Yeah.
In fact, and the pay ya sorry eguso ayeka say. Obi abom pa ya hamachi nyina se papa. Mami adwuma na menye.
Yeah.
Mami adwuma na menye. Enso so kamia ye say suni banya ye da na die obra ye pa adwuma no. Sa suban no ye mfa nkwa adwuma nim. Ye nya adwuma ne ya. Ye mfa nkwa adwuma nim. Kwasi ye wo sikani eskafo bebre ho no ma. Pa so ni sika be bia adwuma. Mo fa Ghana ni se wo mra meye adwuma ma ne de.
I
treasury bills. Na adwene no ho.
Yeah, not to the baby.
Kakra wo sori a oni na busuafo obetwi ni Range Rover na wakwa na aba tukwa akwa abroche na de. Enso so nka wo sa hodin no a obetimi dia bia adwuma no. Enso wo be bia adwuma efi production line the top management. Na wama kambo ma ekululu. Na wamu wi adwuma no. Wamu gu adwuma no. So you see, and pay a person ya share. Kwasi?
Yeah.
Ghana ha ye were Christo for ha. Ye Muslim for ha. En so krono e ko twi ko breman e ba ye nyina no. Sa ye fo ya ye Christo for ni Muslim for nyina ade aka bomu a. Ye wia ye bokro no. Enei taxi na beto am obi se wontwi na won fa se osimre wa wo wiawo. Kwasi se eye sport drinking sport and now baby se obi hwe so ma wa na wo tondi and some no di beach na di beach kwasi restaurant na wa bie and also ya djuma fonya djuma ma wa na ye wia emo no ye wia anwa no akokodam no e se fridge mu no ye wia kofie na ye wia kofie enti no kwan ben ye be fa so. And apparently, my name producers because you are here. Now me catch up say, I'm sure Enchebiano will be in one more baby Juma Afobi. All the same about far abontin so for. And they Obako companies are Cassia Bebrebono. Now top management and now top managers no. One more India for 1 year Lebanese. And so a Ghana near Juma. Wakofa abrofo and one more share Jumano so among. And a fake Ghana for no, Yamo almost low positions, security near the mom. Simply because you go for Ghana ni, so I'm not sure Jumanoswa, what in the sum you know, all in the name. I some of Makadi Shom Ren say, yes, you a Jumani did home, Obia Mabiano, or the dear Jumano. What be a Juma also where they Masoreba, Etibamako from Masori Bay. Na me ni nya dwuma obi a woni ne kwa asore ba ku no obe wiawo do so na ne ya kra ne so akofa busuani tu ze we dia be busuani na wa ye opasa kwasi se the same mentality sa dwene no ya de tell man mu a obi an ho no ma obetimi abo an nyonkoma na yeye Obiani ho obetimi abo ne nyonko obebia adwuma abo ne nyonko ma na yeye ene obi bia adwuma oba kofa India fo na wa momo cars wa momo security wa handan ya momo wa momo house staff omo obe ne aduane ya momo omo be si omo ne ma ne ade nyina enso so ombe ya adwuma no pe kanini na nankofo ekọ for qualification and competence. And so nay ye shepa because it me am tell say me bi adwuma I will look out for honesty nukredie asa nukrasa obi nam kwaso na wo pa adwuma na nim bobo awana wo de manadwuma na hwe adeni 100 Baba no not 0 ba kwa ka ho na 1000 ene dis asu ni ban no ye de to oman ya make us say ya obi akai na sembi adwuma bi a wo fa obi a nipa kron no ebe wi adwuma no do so na sori bo na busuani o oye kristoni o oye muslim o woni ni nyina na komos efia da bia enso be ye no do so Unu mobo to sprinter mano. ohunu no mobo ne yakura ne say kiosk kwasi kiosk container ton provisions wom asichire ya chechire gare ya chechire nkate ya chechire ene saa dokodoko de tofin ne gam ne ade wo say wa wie JHS enti ba me ko fa ne na me fa ne metena me container ya no na me so me nya me pesa me ye obewia wo
okay you be call home so na busia ya to drink come because them say come here to drink do na more story to share voice be me batcho yentie na fe yento aso.
The writer said, I said, really? I was shocked. And the man then went on. He said, I run a manufacturing business and trading business. He said, the biggest challenge in my manufacturing business is not electricity. It is not infrastructure. The biggest challenge is getting honest staff. Everyone we hire appears to be on a mission to steal as much as possible. They will inflate invoices, recording less than the actual number of units produced. The worst part of it all is that all the fraud we have uncovered is not done by a single person. It is usually many staff who collude with each other, from the production line to sales to finance and even to top management. The businessman said, there was a year I overhauled management 3 times. I now use Indian expert trade management. So competent, so honest, and so straightforward. I thought they were expensive at first with all the visa fees, accommodation, house staff, but now that the losses due to staff theft have been reduced to a minimum and efficiency increased, the Indian management has turned out to be cheaper than the previous African Ghanaian management. Now all sensitive positions involving money go to Indian. Africans are only allowed in non-sensitive positions. This is what the businessman further said. I used to criticize indigenous African companies like Dangote Group that hire so many Indians when there are many unemployed Africans. But now I understand their painful decision. He said, my biggest challenge in the trading business is the same. In other words, he has a trading shopping business, and he said, it is getting honest staff. The form of trading occurs in open market and involves staff having access to huge sums of money running into few millions. I know how much I pay to security companies to provide the escort for the staff, not to prevent robbery, but to ensure that the staff will go straight to the bank and will not run away with the money. This money spent on security companies is even enough to be declared as profit. He said we have to spend a CCTV, biometric scanners, and other things that wouldn't be needed if the staff weren't looking for opportunity to steal. He said it got so bad at a point that my own criteria for employing a staff was no longer competence or certificate, but honest. At least competence and skills can be learned, but once you are dishonest, you are dishonest. He said we always complain of the economy and how there are no jobs. I know people abroad who would have loved to set up job creating businesses in Ghana, but they can't because they can't get a trustworthy person to manage the business. He said, I know people in Ghana with so much money, they want to start factories and other job creating businesses, but they can't because they are occupied elsewhere and they can't get any trustworthy person to run the business. Instead of investing in the real sector and creating jobs, they would rather buy treasury bills and keep their money than opening a business to employ Ghanaians. He said Dangote can open a shop and businesses in every African country in this world, but the problem is that they can't find good people and honest people to manage. He said their biggest problem is top government officials, the dishonesty between government officials that is preventing Africa to become better. He says start a small farm, and they start a small poultry farm. and they will steal the egg. He said if they don't steal the eggs, they will intentionally kill the chicken and the fowls, and then they will ask you if they can take it home. That's an entertainment center or a game center, and then the money will go into the pockets of the workers. He said the day the sales will go very high, that is when the business owner is there himself. He said they forget that they are eating your money, but they are also eating their future. Buy a car and let somebody run it as a taxi, and then they will finish you. That's a restaurant, and the people will take half of the foodstuffs into their house for food. He said even the small business shop, the small kiosk in town people will still find a way to steal from the shop owners. The worst thing that happens is that they will make this code that that every person eats from where he works. They will justify the stealing. He said, I usually say the reason most Ghanaians haven't stolen billions of money is that they haven't gotten the opportunity. How can a businessman say that he managed his company and the Ghanaians he employed were running down the company, and they would rather prefer Indians to be top managers? And these Indians are managers that they are honest, they are straightforward. The Indians are not Christians, but most companies in Africa have trusted them because they can run their companies very well. 70% of the population are Christians here in Ghana. 17% or 16% are Muslim. You put that together, over 92% of the people in Ghana are religious. So you ask yourself the question, what is the use of going to church? What is the use of their being religious? And yet Hindus who are not Christians are more straightforward and honest staying a business than the people who come to church. We are our own enemies. The businessman said, you wonder why there are no jobs. The people you meet them on the streets, if they are asking for job, you employ them today. Tomorrow they will run your company down. You employ members from your church and they will destroy your business.
106.3.
Only God can stop us now. 106.3 FM.
Kwesi?
Yeah.
So, Nkosi Dabeng, for how long can we continue like this? For how long can we continue like this? Nkosi Dabeng, any betra Ghana ha na abrofo aye managers. Esa yesuni e banti. Nkosi Dabeng. Kwasi me nkwa homa no so na mene mi senior Manasseh Azure awini. Editor-in-chief of the Fourth Estate. While joining in. Bra.
Million.
Boko.
Adom.
You owe me. Manasseh, you owe me Dawadawa Jollof. I've been following you on social media. You owe me Dawadawa Jollof, Manasseh. And then we are live on air in Tiwedie.
Dawa Jollof, they make me say, who misashi? Miami Niaba, Ofi Bongo na Oye Dawa Jollof. I
know.
My man is smart.
Mate.
This weekend we are sorted out.
Mate, Manasseh, and we are discussing this issue. Dishonesty amongst nkofo aye fa omo adwumam so omo mra meye adwuma emayen ya can be o experience to share with yani etifo Manasseh.
Better say experience in the be na idea e koso ayanhwe ya ya de sumbo no bebo employers and I say adwumayefo omama adwuma na womo a enam omonti adwuma no efi Ghana for nsem no ye nka omasem nature make us and say ansa na me kwa manya experience menim adwumayefo bia womo akọ as far as to India akọ famanfo a wo ye adwuma emom and manage sections of their companies. It be a hotels, it be a printing, ne ade. And to be so almost say, oh, Ghana for no, with your mobile. Nipano Hasunya Jumano, na Encosia Secana, we are on yadi. In Tianunti Ghana for be brave, a quamonti, a coffee my for. Now, the film managerial level, crana or bar. Artisans, carpenter for masons for asɛmpa sɛ wobɛhwɛ a togofoɔ ɛwɔ Ghana bebree Togo ne Benin fɔ mo Ghana bebree a ɔmoyɛ adansie ho adwuma POP carpentry
tiling bebree tilers minim tilers especially any POP for bebree Togo for
na mene binom kasae na asɛm a mo ka no sɛ na ɔfa Togo ni so wɔnyɛ wo dan ho adwuma sɛ 10 bags of cement and also ɔpɛ na wotumi de yɛ adwuma na wotɔ 10 bags of cement a wɔde bɛyɛ wɔ adwuma no na mmom kɔfa Ghana ni so ɔmɛyɛ wɔka sɛ 20 bags ebi ɔnkɔ wiase na 8 anaasɛ 10 bags na ɔde bɛyɛ na nkan na ɔde afɔ baabi mene Togofo bi na obi yɛ project a mehwɛ ho mene Togofo no bi yɛ adwuma no bi metumi adi adanseɛ sɛ ɛba no sɛ adwuma a wama no so wɔnyɛ ɔbɛhwɛ so ayɛ wɔmma excuses bebree ɛna yɛwɔ ebinom a wɔmo ahyɛ da akɔfa Togofoɔ boys bi aba American House lorry station bi wɔ hɔ mehu papa bi a ɔse ɔhyɛ da akɔfa boys baeɛ ɔno wɔgye adwuma na boys na akɔyɛ wɔyɛ Togofoɔ wɔde ɔmo aba wɔ house ɔmo na wɔmo yɛ adwuma ama na adansie ho adwuma na wɔkɔ street so a yɛ Ghanafoɔ mo abu a wɔmo gyina hɔ fama no pato anwummerɛ ɛsrɛ sika na so wɔmo de nsuo ne sɛmina gu amanfoɔ glass so wɔmo peta enti saa asɛm a yɛka no ɛm sɛ yɛ nkɔmɔ a ehia paa ne yɛnhwɛ ne yi a ebetumi ako atia yɛn na wode wɔmo a yɛsɛ de ɔmo yɛ adwuma na ɔmo yɛnti ɔmo yɛ ɛto nkyɛn so a ɛtɔ da nso a mɛpɛ sɛ yɛmmɔ wɔmo a adwuma mefa sɛ adwuma wura no ebinom nso ɛwɔ sɛ yɛbɔ ɔmo so mmɔ ɛsiane sɛ kurom ha adwuma nni hɔ nti obi de adwuma ma wa sɛbe na ɔyɛ ne sɛ bia ɔyɛ o favor bi anaasɛ adom bi kɛkɛ no wɔdom wɔnim sɛ company na wate no sɛ wo sɔre na wamma ama yɛ adwuma amma na ne company no betumi agu dodoɔ na wohwɛ ɛkatua a yɛde ma wɔn a wɔn yɛ adwuma ma wɔn sɛnea wɔn ne adwumayɛfoɔ no bi kura esi kasa ɛtɔ da ɛnhyɛ nkran nti wotumi nso obi wɔ company A na ɔyɛ adwuma ɛma company B na meyɛ ehwehwɛm investigation bi ɛna mekɔ pie tema ɛna megye pro forma invoices na mepɛ sɛ mehu sɛ contract na aban maayɛ no sika sɛ na ɔmɔde too so enti na makɔ company wei akɔgye pro forma mekɔ company bi akɔgye pro forma wɔn yɛ cable friends electrical cables na me pie na obi ɛde card bi ma me so nneɛma a wobɛbisa ne boɔ no minim company bi ɔno nso ɔwɔ the next way a ɔtontɔn the same nneɛma nea mepɛ kyerɛ sɛ sɛbi obi wɔ Adom FM as a sales manager na mmom ba Adom FM sɛ ɔde advert ɛɛba na ɔso wokɔ Peace FM ɛbɛboa wo anaasɛ o Peace FM wokɔ na ɔso ba Adom FM ɛbɛboa wo enti ma mehu sɛ wo adwumayɛfoɔ na wontweti ɔmo yi a menka sɛ bia wɔn a mo wia adeɛ free wɔn mo adwumayɛfoɔ na so mo ni no korɛ ɛma mo employees menka sɛ bia yɛmfa excuse bi mmra but no korɛ no nso a wɔhɔ no sɛ ɛtɔ da treatment a yɛde ma adwumayɛfoɔ no bi wo bɛkɔ baabi na yɛtua obi 500 600 snit koraa yɛ mmɔmo na yɛbisa sɛ managers na ɔmokɔfa ɔmo free India Lebanon ne na sefo eba Ghana no sika ye tua mo no is it the same amount any edi tua Ghana for managers na eno so koda nkyɛn ɔmo amo asie kora no your benefits dey also omunya enche bia na me ye post on Facebook say your ebi ma mototo cars echiche wo moto cars ma mo ho mototo ndan luxury ne ade na momo bi a oye adwuma ma no I can try the man and put me friend and high single room. And here we've been myself is man born into wood shall a cassans and cross over ball chrono chrono. You will be no so a whole trebian soup a pure mokoshet to be a bimwa. One shiny year now chrono and I send yens and fata. And I war yenti, me who say you better address the problems here. Yan share all the size. Because major me my count one some social security for you. Security for more banks and as for a lot of companies. Obi a wage money to make charge about 1,000 and maybe 1,005. No, I get 1,005. No, Obi a dead be a wage man. Not what the 500 Ashen and Son. 500 ne journey home, the transportation, little beer home. A balance and a war, security man, a bull fee of home buyers, wage my home buyer. Wo and our bad targets. Sebi Obi banner the 5,000 ever in some say, J Nabua me store ya nas yen we anas yen yeni boni bin tia o bossa or beye 2013 be cinema kasa say Ghana woma mo prapra ye dwomi ensuo to na wo hwese na edwom ho basa ebinum ekopra bosom so a near the 180 Ghana cedis. Asheni Peninsula. 180 cedis, less than 200 cedis. Our economy more. Wo to be behind tono. A buying at the 600 and award they see and Famanko, but was signed contracts at 600 national. Zoom line and for 420 cedis. Near for 180 cedis. Emma Wama more prapra Ghana in paper so somewhere 45,000. And to your calculation, I was so maybe a Zoom line and 19 million Ghana cedis. But will be a bit a Zoom, one insurance, one pension, one be beers, will corner car bonana or Kodafia on Manasseh. 180 Ghana cedis. I can say you will be more Flagstaff House or Moutier. You will be more youth employment agency or Moutier. One more bushia now what should be a senior monk my credit in about 180 cities. Namum, Southway Etiho, a Trimodin, American, your man penny in film, and a new Kufado, Bresukran start here. Sa contract Bonnie shall say for at a mills, John Mahama, Sa Nebidu, and Kufado Swa, or no credit campaign 2016. And if you are my Manasseh, a Binankasa 80 citizens no nyase or treat you almost as slaves are, then it is an example for those in the private sector to also not pay the people well. And me want to say two sides.
Okay.
One side, employers, no. The other side, no, see employees.
Okay. And Manasseh, we want to focus on the employees, or the employers for one side, and also about between. But at another time, we will discuss in detail near employers ni bi so ede adwuma for employees no efa so say na wo kan once me. But now any ayeka the dishonesty and disloyalty on the part of some employees, what should we look out for? Competence and say honesty. Say efo bi adwuma mu a Manasseh.
CFO bi adwuma mu a mainly competence and character. Sabi ma Point kakra now call baby even in Africa now call baby to South Africa now obi F4 bi adwuma so we Ghana ni now obi nso Nigeria ni on the average while we Ghana ni you are likely to get a job over the Nigerian and you say your competence me for taxi Uber driver no free Malawi. Obi say na mo free so Ghana for them you cool. Monte say Nigeria for. Me wo obi nso a sebe oye deputy ambassador of one of the European countries. And all kinds of Ghanaians are becoming more corrupt than Nigerians. And some of kind will share some journalists be and also Ghanaians are becoming more corrupt than Nigerians. Former U.S. ambassador to Ghana, I think Mr. Jackson or so, he interviewed by internet. I was told that Ghana phone be your friend is a visa. It's said the one now or more mama. Just an honest in you. Make a win now could see be so say Siano and you say beer will be a bit age man on Kwan and that amount for a training. So be a minimum requirement or minimum competence. Now obi so anyway dwumani ye pa but so buy our one enya won timi no kra menyi ne se ebeboa o company ne se obefa sa for no se bi obi hye ni mu adwuma na obi timi adi no kra se wo so ma 10 obeba 10 wo the 10 cities man so won ko tua engu banka 10 cities ne be ko banka me metimi afasa nipa no na ma man nkyerɛkyerɛ na wetimi aba up since bia obi a woni me adwuma no pa but ne suban nye eba ne no kredie mu a neo ofa saafo na me hu ne se betimi egu adwuma no.
Okay, Manasseh, my now was na yem fancy ha that's pa me say when we get to the employers on the side and also so we'll bring you back into the conversation na no one actually train and come on that's pa
Miss Medas.
All right, Etiabusia Manasseh Azure winning or editor in chief of the Fourth Estate and then no actually train and come on